Some big news locally today from Apple. The tech giant announced plans to add 20,000 new jobs across the country over the next 5 years.
Huge news, and that includes 5,000 jobs right here in San Diego in specialty engineering fields, including both software and hardware technologies.
Here to talk about Apple's huge investment here in San Diego County is Chair of the County Board of Supervisors, Nathan Fletcher. Thank you so much for joining us, Chair Fletcher. Apple had previously announced bringing more than 1,000 more jobs to San Diego. What led to this? Was there some kind of negotiations pushing Apple for more of an investment here?
Well, I think, Carla, this is an acknowledgement by Apple at the tremendous innovative ecosystem that's present here in San Diego. Our weather and our tourism get a lot of the attention, and that's a vital component of our economy, no doubt. But our technology and our innovative sectors are far larger. And I think this is a significant investment in San Diego and both in our workforce, a recognition of our incredible institutions of higher education. And I think this is a terrific thing. We're not only adding high-skilled jobs to San Diego, but we're adding high-paying jobs to San Diego. And I stand ready and willing, as I conveyed to Apple, to do anything we can to help support their expansion here. I think this is some great news for San Diego.
What does this mean as far as infrastructure here in the county? Will not only Apple be bringing jobs here, but potentially other jobs, such as building jobs, in order to put buildings up around town?
Well, they've conveyed their interest in creating a campus-type environment, and so that's, if they were to do that from scratch or refab would really remain to be seen. But I think you're talking a significant number of jobs, and one important thing to keep in mind is it's not just the Apple jobs; it's all of the jobs that go into supporting those jobs.
Sure.
It is everything that is a part of those facilities, of those buildings, of the events associated with them. And I think this can have a really powerful economic statement. And to your point, Heather, I think that there could be significant additive things that come in just with them establishing their presence and the way that they want to have it here.
In addition to those kind of supportive structures, those jobs that come with it, let's say in a supporting area, what about the kind of a halo effect that having Apple in your community has to recruit other businesses that are maybe competitors or in a similar level?
No, and I think this is a really important point because, we've had one of the world's largest concentrations of biotech in San Diego for many years, and that remains our anchor in the innovative economy. Obviously, Qualcomm has had such a fundamental impact on every aspect of San Diego, but to now grow that and to be able to add to that with the Apple brand, I think sends a strong message. And it's really important to note this will be one of the largest concentrations of Apple workers anywhere in America. Outside of Silicon Valley, this will put us right on par with their second highest facility. And I think it puts to bed the myth that you can't create good jobs in California. Clearly you can. And I think it also puts San Diego on the map in a new way that will help us attract other folks who will now look at us in a different light. And I think this is really powerful, not just substantively in the jobs, but symbolically in what it says about San Diego.
Well, it's nice to share some positive news with San Diegans that some high-paying jobs are on the way to our county. County Supervisor Chairman Nathan Fletcher, we appreciate your time.
Thank you.